Thus, Lisa are just revealed shocking information regarding her sister Brat's marriage to Judy. And it appears that Judy isn't as kind and affectionate towards Brat as we all believed. Lisa Ray arrived prepared with purported receipts of Brat. Judy laying hands on Brat and taking advantage of her financially, everyone. This tea is hot and ready to alter our perceptions of Brat and Judy's relationship, which they have been flaunting on Instagram. As of right now, this isn't holding back from disclosing every detail of Judy's closed-door treatment of Brat. We're talking about aggression, money games, and outright manipulation. It appears that Saren didn't like the aura Judy gave off. Judy has a tendency to pamper Brat silly in front of the public, and we're seeing why everyone knows that Lisa doesn't. Joke about her sister Brat, and that what she has to say about her will blow your mind. Cameras, and we assumed that she was merely being a helpful partner. However, it appears that there were some serious conditions tied to that support. We're talking about financial manipulation that will leave you reeling. And if you've been with Brat for a while, Judy came in like a knight in shining armor when she struggled with bankruptcy. As you are likely already aware, but the catch is that the armor wasn't free. Judy has operated a profitable company named Kaleidoscope, which is almost $40 million, like a significant sum of money, and it appears like she has been using it all to make the appropriate decisions. Judy held all the cards while Brat was attempting to recover from bankruptcy. Like a game of Monopoly, however, Judy owns all the properties, and Brat is only attempting to pass the money to TR in order to get $200. Lisa Race revealed that Judy has been providing financial assistance for both Brat and her own children and Brat's mother, so there are people rely on Judy. However, things get complicated because it seems like Judy has been content to act as a provider as long as Brat obeys her orders and does what she says when. When Brat deviates from the plan, Judy abruptly pulls the financial rug out from under her. According to Listserv, Judy has been cutting off financial assistance for Bridge. And it's not just about expensive automobiles and designer clothing. We're discussing necessities here. And Brat is already in a difficult situation because she filed for bankruptcy. At first, Judy's sudden appearance with all of this money certainly seemed like a lifeline, but now it appears more like a chain. It's amazing how money can transform a love story into a horror show, keeping Brat stuck in a predicament from which she can't easily leave you all. Reading between the lines, Brat has been discussing her relationship with Judy on. Since Judy has a nice lifestyle to maintain and is likely feeling the burden of being the ATM for the entire time, it sounds like she is locked in that classic golden handcuff predicament where she is living large, but at what cost? Family, so it was a difficult situation on both sides. But if you thought the alleged financial manipulation was bad, wait, you hear what happens next? Although money can be a powerful tool, a fist can cause more serious injuries. But Lisa Ray didn't stop at revealing Judy's purported financial irregularities. Lisa claims that she even went so far as to create bombshells about physical assault that it would leave you reeling. It has been reported that Judy has been touching DA since they dating. Brat has been attempting to rebuild her life after filing for bankruptcy. But she's stuck in a predicament where she's not only financially dependent on Judy, but also supposedly afraid of her. On your wigs? The most startling assertion, take a moment to consider that Judy, the one who is supposed to be supporting you, reportedly set up Brat to be jumped and beaten. The emotional toll must be taking on Brat is incredible. One moment she's enjoying her best life, believing she's found her happily ever after. And the next, she's accused of avoiding fist and observing her return public image. We've all seen Judy and Brat appear to be in love on social media with smiles and hearts on their faces, but if these accusations are accurate, we seem to have been seeing different film. If what Lisa Ray has been hinting at is accurate, we're dealing with a case of both physical and financial harm. It's like discovering that your favorite romantic comedy is actually a horror movie. Manipulation, you all understand how difficult it may be to get out of a scenario like that when someone is in charge of your money and they are reportedly throwing hands. It's not as simply leaving. It's more like attempting to get away. Quicksand, we must keep in mind that these are just accusations at this time, but if they are accurate, it presents a very different picture of Judy than the one we have been witnessing. The more you battle, the deeper you slide. Devoted and helpful. Wife, we're looking at someone who may have been using their wealth and influence to manipulate their spouse. Serves as a reminder that not everything we read on social media is accurate. And posts with thoughtful wording in this instance, the scenario is looking bleak. And we've been discussing the drama between Brat and Judy, but what if the gloom isn't solely originating from the outside of the courtroom? Brat has been making some outrageous remarks on lesbian marriages, which has people wondering if is related to the turmoil surrounding Judy Brat. Caused a stir among the LGBT+ community, and to be honest, who can blame them? However, this is where things become tricky. According to some, Brat may be using this as a coping mechanism for all of the alleged abuse from Judy. She's rethinking everything she believed to be true about love in an attempt to make sense of her own pain. And now there are even more rumors that Judy has been going out on Brat with some men. Yes, there are whispers, since Judy has been displaying interest in the other sex, leading Brat to wonder about Judy's actual sexual orientation. Talk about applying twist, because Brat must be caught in a whirlpool of emotions. In addition to Judy's claimed financial and physical abuse, she is also dealing with concerns over her marriage and sexuality. This whole situation has people talking, and some are suggesting that the Brat is just lashing out. It's obvious that the house girl is suffering through it. And can we talk about the pressure the Brat is putting on her? Some believe she may be coping with some deep-seated difficulties regarding identity as a result of the alleged mistreatment. Being in the spotlight and attempting to understand her thoughts as the entire world watches all of this drama has people wondering if the bride is all right, if she is acting out due to the claimed abuse, or if something else is going on. It's deeper going on, and if these cheating rumors are accurate, what about Judy? It's adding a whole new level of complexity to this already chaotic situation, which is already crazy, but it gets 10 times worse when you realize that just when you thought this drama couldn't get much more difficult, there's a whole baby in the mix. Yes, their newborn boy who was created through IVF using Judy's egg and an unidentified sperm. It's a modern miracle ride, but now it's becoming a modern nightmare. The streets are claiming that the Brats are vying for main custody of truth. The donor and B are carried the baby and gave birth through surrogacy. And that's what complicates the problem. If the BR carried the kid but Judy has a biological tie, things get really tricky. However, wait, because there are rumors that DBR and Judy may not even be legally married. Say what? And it looks like their amazing wedding was more of a commitment ceremony than a legally binding one. If that's the case, it adds a whole new layer of complexity to this custody dispute. But let's discuss why Brat is purportedly requesting primary custody. Recall all the deception and abuse we discussed earlier. Even if half of that is accurate, it makes sense that Brat would want to maintain his integrity away from that setting. But here's the real deal. Proving all of that in court will be difficult. And let's not even mention the severe accusations of infidelity that Brat has been making about Judy in court. It might change the outcome of Brat. It might change the outcome of the custody dispute. However, what if it turns out that this baby is caught in the middle of all of this chaos and he didn't ask for it at all? He's being hugged by both of his parents, and then he finds himself at the center of a custody dispute. That would break your heart. If the dispute were to end, it might be the most dramatic courtroom scene in the media. The whole 9 yards is like witnessing a train catastrophe in slow motion, and we can't take our eyes off it. However, here's something to think about. How Will all of this affect him when he grows up? Imagine learning we've been discussing TR's future since your birth story about IVF, and your early years was widely shared online. That's a lot of difficult stuff for a child to handle, especially as they grow older. Rewind for a moment, Bess. What if everything we believe to be true regarding the relationship between Judy and Brat was completely false? Rumors are circulating regarding Judy's true reasons for dating Brat, and believe me, they're not pretty. We've all seen these adorable Instagram photos of Judy and Brat together show them appearing and contented. But what if that was all a front? Some others said Judy might have had a whole different strategy when she were talking about utilizing the Brat's fame to advance her own brand. But can you believe that because Judy had a relationship with the youngster? Rumor has it that Judy may have considered the Brat as her ticket to the big time. Her own fame for some time, but they claim that after seeing the Brat, she noticed additional dollar signs. However, let's talk about Judy's fame and fortune. She owns Kaleidoscope hair products, which was a deal. Why would someone with that amount of money need to use anyone else for clout when the company is reportedly worth $40 million? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Some claim that Judy was trying to get that LGBTQ+ neighborhood, and it seems as though she saw the Brat as her passport to a whole new market. If that's the case, that's some ruthless business, and let's simply discuss it. There are undoubtedly some skeletons in Judy. We're talking about scams and all kinds of drama in the closet. And there are rumors about her being involved in some dubious financial dealings in the past. It's enough to make you wonder if the Brat realized what she was getting into. Now, I see what you're pondering, but they appear so content. That's the thing about social media, isn't it? It's like a highlight reel of people's lives, and you never know what's happening behind the scenes. Yes, they did and sort of do. If you look at their Instagram scenes, and some people claim that Judy's entire public persona is nothing more than smoke screens. She's flaunting her opulent lifestyle on Instagram. But what if it's all for show? What if the luxury clothes and luxurious getaways, the story is completely different? Let's not forget about Brat and everything. The rumors are accurate. Can you imagine how she must feel to learn that the person you believe to be your R or die might actually have only been exploiting you for publicity, which has hurt her more than any physical discomfort? This raises questions about their entire romance. Was it genuine, or were all of the scenes staged to increase sales? Now that Brat and Judy's drama is far from done, with Brat filing for divorce and requesting primary custody of True, we're looking at an ugly legal struggle ahead. This isn't the end of the story. It's going to be a quick and simple divorce, particularly since Judy is True's real mother. And she has demonstrated that she is a better parent while juggling all of this emotional baggage, not to mention the money. Circumstance Brat may be about to have a nasty awakening. What will happen to her next? Will she be able to move past all of this drama? Will she reveal more about the true nature of the relationship and how it will impact her music career? We'll just have to wait and see what happens next. But the fans have been raving about it. We heard that she is trying to release an album. So perhaps this is all just a publicity gimmick to get the bloggers talking about her. I know Judy didn't claim Brat broke her, but some people even think that when she gets upset, especially behind her baby, she's not ready for Brat. Although Judy is a user, she is a mother because Judy gave birth to 3 children, but raised none of them, knew she wouldn't stay with Brat, and clearly wasted all of the money. She also didn't take her business seriously, never showed up for work, and took advantage of her good friend who ran the company. My head and I simply detest this for a Brat who doesn't deserve it, but I'm curious what you guys think. Please share your opinions in the comments section below, and then watch this next video.